Hi everyone, my name is Vyukshit Gunda from Jersey City Global Charter School. Today I'm going to be reciting the Other America speech from one of Martin Luther King's speeches. Ladies and gentlemen, I need not pause to say how very delighted I am to be here tonight and to have the great privilege of discussing with you the vital issues confronting our world. I would like to discuss the race problem tonight, and I would like to discuss it very honestly. I still believe that freedom is a bonus you receive for telling the truth. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And so, as I would like to use it as the title for my lecture tonight, The Other America. And I use this title because there are literally two Americas. One America is a beautiful situation. In this America, millions of people have the milk of prosperity and honey of equality flowing before them. This America is a habitat of millions of people who have the culture and education for their minds, food and material necessities for their bodies, freedom and human dignity for their spirits. In this America, children grow up in the sunlight of opportunity. But unfortunately, there is another America. And this other America has a daily ugliness about it that transforms the ebulliency of hope into the fatigue of despair. In this other America, thousands and thousands of people, men in particular, walk the streets in search for jobs that do not exist. In this other America, thousands and thousands of people are forced to live in vermin-filled, depressing housing conditions, where they do not have the privilege of having wall-to-wall carpets, but all too often end up with wall-to-wall rats and roaches. Almost 40% of Negro families in America live in substandard housing conditions. In this other America, thousands of young children are deprived to get an opportunity of adequate education. By then, every year, thousands and thousands finish high school reading in 7th, 8th, and sometimes 9th grade level, not because they're dumb, not because they don't have native intelligence, but because the schools are so inadequate, so overcrowded, so devoid of equality, so segregated, if you will, that the best in these minds can never come out. It is the notion that one group has all the knowledge, all the insights, all the purity, all the worth, all the dignity, and another group is worthless, on a lower level of humanity, inferior. Those of us who oppose the war in Vietnam, I feel are opposing it for many reasons. Most of them are moral reasons, but one basic reason is that we love our boys who are fighting the war and we just want them to come back home. But I do not have the time to go into the history and development of the war in Vietnam. I happen to be a pacifist, but if I had to decide on having a war against Hitler, I would have given up. I would have given up my pacifism and taken up arms. But no one's going to compare what's happening in Vietnam today with that. It's okay to talk about integrated schools and integrated lunch counters, which I'll continue to work for. But it would be rather absurd for me to be concerned about integrated schools and not to be concerned of the survival of the world in which to be integrated. I've been working too long against segregated public accommodations to end up at this stage of my life, segregating my moral concern. Justice is indivisible. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We shall overcome because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. We shall overcome because Carl C. is right. A lie cannot last forever. We shall overcome because William Cullen Bryant is right. Truth crushed to earth shall rise again. We shall overcome because James Russell Lowell is right. Truth forever on the scaffold, wrong forever on the throne. Yet the scaffold sways the future. We shall overcome because the Bible is right. You shall reap what you sow. With this faith, we'll be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we'll be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation to a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we'll be able to speed up the day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, join their hands together and sing in the words of the whole Negro spiritual. Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. Thank you.